Reggie Miller, the Hall of Famer. Reggie's second annual fundraiser for the Dropping Dimes Foundation is going on right now, partnering with Castelli to sell Boom Baby jerseys and kits. The sale runs through June. All profits go to DDF, with Reggie matching the funds raised. Check his Instagram bio or let's see, that's in-store Castelli. US.com products for more information. Reg, tell the audience a little bit more about this.
Well, again, it's the fundraiser and the legacy that I'm continuing to have it live on through Mel Daniels, who was one of my mentors and one of the great ABA players in Indiana Pacers of all time. He always wanted to take care of those great ABA players. Remember, the NBA bought the ABA basically out and merged with them, and all the great players, Dr. J, Moses Malone, George Gervin, all the great players had a chance to jump from the ABA to the NBA. Well, there was a lot of players that didn't get that call, and there was no pension, no health care, and that's what a lot of these costs go towards. And I like to merge both of my loves, obviously taking care of the great players that paved the way for a lot of us. I'm a huge ABA. They're the ones that had the red, white, and blue ball, and they really shot the three, and these players paved the way for a lot of the NBA players for these crazy amount of salaries that they get now. So to merge my love of the ABA as well as cycling and to give back, because a lot of these costs go towards the medical. They don't have any pension. They have nowhere for health care, and I just love taking care of the people that paved the way personally for myself.
It's Dropping Dimes Foundation. What's the website they can go to for more information, Reg?
They can go on my Instagram, Reggie Miller TNT, or my Twitter, Reggie Miller TNT, or go to @Castelli Cycling, and all three have the websites. All four jerseys are available in 4 different colors, men and women's sizes. So for those of you who love the great outdoors and love being on 2 wheels and cycling, either mountain or road or a cross between cyclo, these jerseys are for you. And the famous Boom Baby signature is from Slick Leonard, the coach of the ABA Indiana Pacers, who, when we would make big threes, it was Boom Baby. So that's where Boom Baby originated from.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Thank you, brother.
We're breaking down a whole lot with LeBron and JR as they went into overtime in game 1, that, the critics are out with LeBron, that he should have been more nurturing or a better teammate to JR. And I guess we're always putting it into this same picture, and it's, what would Michael Jordan have done if Dennis Rodman had done that? Now, I hate getting there, because I know that Michael would have been angrier than LeBron was at JR, because Mike would give his teammates the look. Mike could be mean-spirited to his teammates. So LeBron didn't nurture JR. Should we be roughing up LeBron after J.R. Smith has this boneheaded play and they're going into overtime and LeBron is still seething?
Absolutely not. It's hard for me to nurture someone who's making millions of dollars and should know time and score. I understand being a good teammate. That's one thing.
Yeah.
And giving someone the silent treatment, I think LeBron was in shock. Truthfully, if you look at what I'm seeing online, there was dead silence for a minute and a half on that Cavs bench. And then it turns out, he finds out that Ty Lue had a timeout. The Cavs had a timeout. There's a lot of blame to go along here, and it's a team game. The Cavs, along with LeBron James, lost that game. J.R. Smith did not lose that game, because there's a lot of blame to go around. Number one, make a free throw, George Hill.
Yeah.
You waited your whole life to be in this moment, to get to the NBA Finals. That's not Tristan Thompson at the free throw line. You look like a deer in headlights. That free throw had no shot of going. So make a free throw, and we never talking about J.R. Smith. Number two, once you do miss the free throw, Ty Lue, you have a timeout. You should have been Usain Bolt and running all the way onto the court. The officials aren't going to give you a technical when you're out there running trying to call a timeout. You got caught up in the moment. Ty Lue needs to take a little bit of responsibility as well. You as a coach knew you had a timeout. And number one thing, as all players, when you're coming to the bench in last-second moments, the one thing, LeBron, J.R. Smith, Tristan Thompson, Kevin Love, you're always saying, how many timeouts do we have left?
Yeah.
One.
Yeah.
We have 1 in the 20. So everyone should have been mentioning that in anticipation of a missed free throw from George Hill. As soon as the rebound was secure, everyone should have been calling timeout. Ty Lue should have been sprinting on the floor calling a timeout. So there's blame to go all the way around. It's like we always got to come back and be like, LeBron, well, this is what Michael would have done. Stop blaming LeBron. Dude scored 51 points and damn near had a triple-double, and you lose on the road. To me, there is no coming back. There is no coming back in this series when you let a game like that slip away. I thought they were going to come out with a little bit more resiliency in game 2, a little bit more fight, but they didn't. Their heads, other than LeBron James, are gone. They're gone. It's hard to recover when you had the champs on the ropes and you let it slip away.
How would you have reacted?
I probably would have acted like LeBron. I probably would have hit JR, like when they're sitting on the bench next to one another, because you got to remember, you still have to prepare for overtime.
Yeah.
By this moment, they're getting ready for overtime. I probably would have hit them and said, all right, get your head back into it. Let's go. I probably would have done that and left it at that. But behind closed doors, once we got into the locker room, I probably would have went into a tirade then. Like, you half-wit. What the hell are you thinking? How could you not? I probably would have been a little bit more crazy in the locker room.
Did you ever do that to a teammate?
No, not in public. You never do that where everyone is watching, because once you step on the court, there are a million cameras on you, and you just can't show up your teammate in public. Now, behind closed doors, that's different. You can get in people's faces, but you never want to embarrass your teammate because, again, I revert back, it's a team game. You need JR. You need Kevin Love. You need Thompson. You need Kyle Korver. So to berate and to belittle in public where people are watching, the silent treatment, I think LeBron and the rest of the Cavs were a little bit in shock, like, I can't believe we blew this game. But you never want to belittle a teammate in public in front of everyone. Behind closed doors, you can be a little bit more demonstrative. But I think LeBron was in shock. And, again, it always reverts back to he gets the blame.
I know.
It's not right. It's not cool, man. It's not cool.
Like, JR makes the mistake. Tyronn Lue doesn't call timeout, but somehow it's on LeBron because he wasn't nice to J.R. Smith in the huddle.
Nice to a guy that's making $16 million a year that should know time. Look, you're playing in Oracle near Silicon Valley. They've got the biggest scoreboard in the it's the most digital tech arena maybe ever. How can you not know what the score is?
Oh, God.
How can you not know that it's tied? It's the Oracle.
There was a moment, too, with Steph Curry, and the Warriors were upset with Kendrick Perkins with his feet. Now his legs are out. He's not even in uniform. I don't know why this guy, he somehow worked his way into the NBA playoffs here, and he doesn't play. What is the protocol there that, you know, when you're shooting and you step back and you're close to the bench, guys are supposed to move their feet, right?
You would assume so. Again, you never want to injure any player because obviously we all make a living. We all had made a living through basketball. So
but don't you think that there's some intent there?
I hope not. I want to always give people the benefit of the doubt. I don't know what's in Kendrick Perkins' head. We know that he got into it with Drake in that Toronto series,
yeah,
and he was in plain clothes. Look, he's their enforcer, right? And he's trying to enforce in his civvies, and it's very difficult when you're not dressed out. I hope, again, I don't know what's in Kendrick Perkins' head. I hope he wasn't purposely trying to pull a Pachulia. Remember, they changed the rule on that, last year when Kawhi Leonard in that series got hurt coming down on Pachulia's foot. So I hope that's not the case because you want both teams at full strength, and you would hate for a Steph or, we've seen that Clay is hobbling around on a bum ankle, but, still doing business. I hope that's not the case. I really don't.
Isn't it amazing, though? We still forget. Like when Steph Curry has one of those games or one of those quarters, one of those halves, we go, oh, that's right, he's still really, really good. How did we sort of is Durant that good that he pushed Steph to the back burner here?
I've always felt that Durant was the alpha on this team in terms of scoring, but the engine, and we said this in that Houston series, the engine for the Warriors is 100% Steph Curry. He's the one that makes them go. It's a different buzz in that building when Durant goes on a scoring run. It's one thing, but when you hear the buzz when Steph gets it clicking, it's a different noise level, and he's the one that gets the motion, the ball movement, the threes, and then the shimmies, and it's a different energy that you see from the Warriors. Now, when the game is close and tied and you need a bucket, I'm going to KD. But when you're in the middle of those runs, 10-0, 12-0, 15-0 runs, the head of the snake, to me, always is Steph Curry. And it's overdue. Hopefully, if they do end up winning this, he'll probably be Finals MVP. I thought he should have been the Finals MVP the year that Andre Iguodala won it, but it's long overdue because two-time MVP, he deserves it.
What do you think of the officials and the after-the-fact admitting that they made a mistake? Does that help you in any way if you're LeBron
No.
when they go, you know what, further review, we made a mistake, we missed a call?
No. Stop throwing them under the bus. And here's my problem. Human error is a part of the game. So either bring another official and have him courtside and doing nothing but watching the monitor, and when he sees an error, stands up or puts a flag up, and the official comes over and changes it immediately, or let human error be a part of the game and live with it. I'm tired of them going to the monitor and taking 10 minutes on a simple call. Either let human error be a part of the game, which it had been, or call everything. Call the goaltending that LeBron had against Victor Oladipo. Don't say, oh, we didn't call it on the court, so we can't go back and review it, but yet when he gets a charge, you can go back and say he was outside the restricted area, but he wasn't in a legal guardian position, so we're going to change the call. No, either change everything, go to the monitor, and you can change whatever call you want, goaltending or blocks or charges, or let human error be a part of the game. It can't be halfway.
How about you give a coach's challenge? I give you one per half. Is that too much? Are we opening the door to, slowing down the game even more?
Yes, we are. It's too slow now. They go to the monitor way too often, way too much, and it bogs down the game. It really does. So either have the ability to correct every single call, which is going to slow down the game, or let human error be a part of it.
You're okay with human error?
Look, I lived through it.
I know, but if you would have known that they could have reviewed something, would you have been for that when you played?
No.
Really?
I like human error. I like human error.
Okay.
Now, the only thing that when the ball gets tipped out of bounds and like that, and you don't know who it goes off of, to me, I thought that's what review was always for. But not to see the goaltend by LeBron James on Victor Oladipo and not go back and change that, but then you're going to change the block charge on him in the NBA Finals when one official called it a charge. But you go to the review thing, he wasn't people at home were like, what are you guys talking about? The average fan is like, wait a minute, didn't you just call a charge? Now you're calling it a block? It just changes. It changes the complexity of the game.
Are you looking at any of these guys who are coming out in the draft? I think we have Trae Young who's going to join us. Is that coming up in a week or so? So trying to handicap who's a difference maker. Have you seen enough of these guys that if you...
I have. I think DeAndre Ayton could be a difference maker, the 7-footer from Arizona. In today's game, I know he's not a great defensive player, but in terms of offense, especially if he develops, facing the basket and being able, to shoot a, 15 to 18-footer, he has the size, he could run. He has the length to be and the athleticism to be a good defensive player. He's just not there yet. The kid from Croatia, I've just seen tapes of him.
Doncic,
the 19-year-old.
Yeah.
They say he's good, but I haven't seen a lot of film on him. It's going to be interesting on Trey because people call him Baby Steph. Steph, if you're up close with Steph, he is a big 2'6'3",
yeah, with
long arms. When we called the Oklahoma game, when they were playing Alabama during the NCAA,
yeah,
he can absolutely flat out shoot the basketball, but he's not very big. So it's going to be interesting to see how his game can translate at the next level. But he does have a skill set, and the skill set is being able to shoot the basketball.
Yeah, I just wonder the physicality here that we always talk about with him on the floor. And, is Jimmer Fredette is built more for the NBA than Trae Young is as far as size goes.
But, Theodore, we said that about Steph. Oh, he's too slight. He's not going to make it. Is he really a point guard? Can he play point? And he's a hybrid. And, 2 regular season MVPs later, he's going to arguably go down as the greatest shooter ever.
Well, they doubted you, and you were, 6'7", 170?
Be very kind here. Yeah, 170.
Did you try to put on weight?
Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches were my life. Yes. I tried. It just was my metabolism. I could eat and I could walk, and it'd be gone.
It's still amazing, though, because people don't realize the story that you were so slight and they worried about how you ran. Right? When you got drafted, weren't they worried about, that?
I had to wear braces up until I was 5 years old because my feet were, outward. So they had to wear braces to bring my feet in. And they were worried about my cadence and my gait and the way I ran. But Jack Ramsey, the Hall of Famer, God bless him, they believed in me along with Donnie Walsh. And they knew I had a skill set of being able to shoot the basketball and spread the floor. And I may have been skinny, but the good thing that they taught me at UCLA, I did so many pull-ups and push-ups. So I was wiry strong. I just wasn't like you couldn't push me and I go down. At least I held my ground. So I knew I was, I wasn't huge on lifting weights, but I did tons of pull-ups and push-ups and sit-ups.
All right, let's guess here. Let's guess the max that Reggie could do on the bench. Okay.
Oh my God!
Fritzy,
I'll tell you.
Wait, hold on. We got to guess.
Okay.
Fritzy, Reggie Miller's max bench press.
225.
225.
Oh no way.
Seton O'Connor.
No, we're talking about as a rookie, right? Or at UCLA?
The most you've ever done.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Seton?
See, he feels a little better about it now.
Yeah, he does.
Yes, now I do. Now I feel better.
Now not as embarrassed.
If you're saying max ever, there was a point in time.
Okay,
hold
on.
Go ahead.
All right, Seton.
I'll go 235.
235. Paulie?
185.
185. McLovin?
Oh, snap.
195.
Man. He's got long arms, and it's tough when you got long arms. I'd like to go 200 right on the nose there. Reggie Miller max bench press is
205.
Oh, all righty.
205. I know. I'm a weakling. I know there's a lot of NFL players that are looking at this. They're like, I do that 100 times. Yes, 205. Yeah, you're right about the long arms and bringing it all the way down. So I used to put a box on my chest so I didn't have to come all the way down and touch my chest and go all the way back up.
And Cheryl did 210, right?
No, Cheryl did 235.
Hey, may we all be built like you are in our 50s, Reg. You're in great shape, man.
Again, thank the bike, and that's how I'm staying so svelte.
And it's a Dropping Dimes Foundation that Reggie's second annual fundraiser for the Dropping Dimes Foundation. Reg, enjoy the festivities coming up tomorrow night. We'll talk to you next week.
Theodore and my Danettes, the best. Boom, baby.
Boom, baby.
Boom, boom, boom.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.